I think that the first phase of the investigation is what we've been doing, which is learning by making sure that things are read and speaking to witnesses that are willing to speak with us without a subpoena. But we realize that we're coming to a place that there are enough people that will require a subpoena for us to speak to or for us to be able to get information. And so, yes, we're headed into phase two, and phase two, I believe, starts when we actually start with a special purpose grand jury. A special purpose grand jury is different than your regular grand jurors. So I think that's the first thing. The regular grand juries that we have impaneled are to do the work of the people that we do every day, which is to charge the cases where we find that there's enough to go forward with. You know, it was historic when we asked to have 2 grand juries, but because of the backlog that I found myself in when I arrived, I thought that that was necessary. And so we have those grand juries running. We're the only one in the state. We run grand jury Monday, Tuesday. That's 1 grand jury. And then we run a second grand jury Wednesday and Thursday. Last year in the last administration, what you would have was 1 grand jury that ran Tuesdays and Fridays. That just was not going to be able to do all of the work that we needed done. And so that's why we're running 2 grand juries. A special purpose grand jury does not indict cases or charge cases the way that those grand juries do. What they do is just what they're said. It's a special purpose that they're investigating or looking at. And so it is this grand jury that will be impaneled in May that will do that work, and we'll continue to run 2 grand juries to do the regular business of the people that we've been doing. What you can rest assured, and the public can rest assured, is we're now at a point where, you know, most of the team that's going to be looking in and investigating, and at least at this phase of the case, meaning the investigative phase, which is everything we've been doing up to the special purpose grand jury, they're now in place, and they each have their roles, and they're doing their work, and they're clear on what my directives are. And so we are at that phase. I'm not saying that if we got to a phase of charging, I would not add a lawyer that would be part of the prosecution team or an investigator or anything. But at this part of the place that we're at, I'm happy with the people that we've put on this matter. They are working diligently. This is what they focus on, and it allows the rest of my office to focus on the regular work that we've been doing. I would say that the response over the last year has been varied. You know, I think that there are people that really appreciate the work that we're doing here, appreciating that this is an office that has the courage to look into this matter, and they send very kind words sometimes. There are also a lot of people that think the audacity of this district attorney's office to even believe that they could look into this. I've gotten more racist comments in the last year than I had in the entire 49 years up to this year. My 50th year. That might be the first time I've ever said that on camera. I'm still adjusting to it. But, you know, I get called an N very regularly. It's really silly to me that they believe that by hurling those kind of insults that it's going to impact the way that we do our investigation. It's not going to impact me to do something faster. It's not going to impact me in treating the former president or anyone else unfairly. And it's not going to make me stop what I have a lawful duty to do. I think it really says more about them than it says about me.